Galavina, Guia Dolosana, Angito Talitakinia Navarro, Bula FM, and Golden Point Resort, Basendo Nambandana Here, Vinaka.
Bula Vinaka, Navan Gotevita, Utungwe 90, and the Talita Wale, and Bula FM, Nambandu, and I said.
Nadango Makilesi, where Kraki, and Lesbian Bula FM, Nambandu.
Hello, Ratu Kitchen, Gatabo, and do Talita Navarro, Bula FM, and Moldo, and Sere,
Bula FM, number 2 and Ser.
Good evening, this is FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. In tonight's news, nationwide disaster appeal launched in Suva. European Union commits additional aid to agriculture sector. And the Education Ministry wants better coordination of donations to schools. But first tonight, the Vodafone Fiji 7 side suffered an upset at the hands of Samoa in its opening game at the Las Vegas Sevens tournament in USA. Fiji was shocked by 28-24 Samoa, but the Ben Ryan coach side came back strongly in the second match to thrash France 42-12. This means Fiji now needs a win against Argentina in the last pool match tomorrow morning to make it to the Cup quarter-finals. And we'll have more detailed coverage of the Las Vegas tournament in our sports segment. Now, a nationwide appeal has been launched with people being urged to dig deep and help Fijians get their lives back together. Minister for Disaster Management Inia Seriratu says we are doing in terms of assisting affected communities. Kelly Vadala has the details.
Fiji is tonight 14 days into disaster relief assistance, and the government is still focusing on the 3 essential tasks since Cyclone Winston struck: food, water and shelter. National Disaster Management Minister Inia Seriratu says they've reached all parts of the country and accessibility to affected areas is not a constraint anymore.
Most of Fiji is accessible, but that is not a constraint for us in terms of our operations, because areas where we are not accessing by land, we are accessing by sea. And areas which we are also not able to access by sea, we are accessing by air. We are doing air insertions as well. Winston has brought devastation into the land. We are not down. We will come back stronger and we will come back better.
Local musicians have banded together for a charity concert called Rise Up Fiji. All proceeds from this event will go towards helping in the relief efforts. Seriratu says that Fiji Electricity Authority is working on restoring power supply to parts of the country that still do not have access.
FEA is working around the clock to restore power into most parts of Fiji, particularly in the Western Division. One of the towers is down, and hopefully it will be fixed by tomorrow morning, and then we will start with the lines that are already destroyed so that we can restore power. Communications, we have communications in most parts of Fiji now, and we are working hard to re-establish communications so that you can communicate with your loved ones.
A large group of people turned up at Sukuna Park in Suva to help kick off the appeal. There were even people from cyclone-affected areas donating. Once relief efforts have stabilized, the government will focus on measures to cushion the blow on economic growth. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The European Union is looking to give more financial assistance to help Fiji's agriculture sector get back on their feet after severe tropical cyclone Winston. This is in addition to the 10 million Fijian dollars that the EU has already pledged through the Pacific Community. Alan Stoltz has more.
The agriculture sector is a critical one for Fiji, and the head of the European Union delegation, Ambassador Andrew Jacobs, says they're doing all they can to help out.
We have already a program of 20 million euros. Then we were just negotiating this with the Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Sugar before the cyclone came. I'm talking to my colleagues in our headquarters in Brussels about additional funds.
The ambassador says the EU has expressed their willingness to help, but it will take some time to organize this.
A lot of farms have been totally destroyed, or their crops have been totally destroyed by the cyclone. So it's going to be a question of providing seedlings. It's a question of really helping them to get their products up and running again and to the market, so they're starting to get an income.
Ambassador Jacob says the EU has met with a number of ministries, including Agriculture, Finance and the Fiji Sugar Corporation. He says the devastation is vast and that action needs to be taken now.
I've seen for myself how badly damaged the cane fields are. I know there are different estimates as to what percentage of this year's crop is not going to come through, but certainly assistance is required, both at the farmer level, but also for the industry as a whole.
Work on a proposal to be sent to Brussels is still continuing at this stage, but Jacobs is optimistic that more funding will be granted for early recovery in the agriculture and sugar sectors. Initial assessments on the damage caused by Tropical Cyclone Winston on the agriculture sector has passed the $1 million mark. However, with assistance like this one from the EU, an early recovery may not be that far away. Ellen Stahls, FBC News.
The Education Ministry wants records of all stationery provided to schools affected by Tropical Cyclone Winston. Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says non-government organisations donating materials to schools must work in conjunction with the ministry to avoid duplication. Savara Tambua has more.
The Education Ministry supports any assistance provided to schools and students, but it wants to be kept in the loop as well.
We urge all the donors, while we encourage them to go out. If they want to come through us, we're happy to assist. But if they want to do it themselves, that's perfectly fine with us. But what we want to urge them is to give us the data so that we have full data of which school have received and which school have got missed out, so that we reach them.
Hundreds of schools have been damaged, some beyond repair, and the ministry has a huge task on its hands getting classes back on track. Apart from rebuilding classrooms, textbooks and teaching materials need to be replaced. Dr. Reddy says the ministry is trying to reopen as many schools as possible, as quickly as possible.
We do not want students to lose the learning hours, because we're not planning to shift the exam date. So we're quite focused about ensuring that we complete the coverage within the stipulated calendar that we have by adjusting the term dates. So that's how we're looking at. So we are urging all stakeholders, the parents, the students and management and members of the community, to mobilize to ensure that our children are able to get back to classes ASAP.
Some schools with minor damage have resumed classes on Monday. Others are due to reopen on the 7th. Dr. Reddy says the ministry is now dealing with affected schools in Koro, Tabeuni, Obalau and Vanuatu, as well as the interior of Ra. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
Coming up after the break, a fortnight later, Fijians continue picking up the pieces from TC Winston.
Yandra! I love listening to Gold FM at Golden Point Resort. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is General from Rugby Village. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic.
I'm Moses from Valeu. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Marita Manako. I'm from Kandavu. I like listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Tilipa from Tavor Town. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome back. You're with FBC News. The village of Naval in Nakortumura, like many other villages in the path of TC Winston a fortnight ago, was reduced to the ground. 2 weeks after the destruction, the 26 households nestled along the Ra coastline are picking up the pieces to start rebuilding their lives. Our news team was in Naval this week and filed this report.
Naval was one of the villages in the Ra province that was severely ravaged by strong winds and rain on Saturday, 20th February. Of the 26 houses in the village, these are the only 2 that have their structures standing. The rest have been reduced to rubble.
We are very thankful to our folks in the urban areas because soon after the cyclone, they were the first to reach us and bring us relief supplies and food. We are also thankful to the NGOs, including a number of government officials and the Red Cross who turned up a few days ago to give us relief supplies.
The villagers have been busy this last week, piecing their lives together to where it was a fortnight ago. But they all agree it will take some time to get back on their feet.
The men in the village have been working hard this past week getting our water back to our taps. Once we have that back, we are now able to work on rebuilding our village. We have had a number of private contractors offering to rebuild our village, and we are very happy for that.
This villager hasn't wasted any time replanting root crops and vegetables to ensure his family gets back on track in the coming weeks.
We tried our best to replant some food, even build houses. We are grateful to government for its kind donation.
In Mataiwai Levu village along the main road, the story is the same. Villagers are not waiting for government to come to them. Instead, they are putting to good use what Winston has left in its path.
The pine tree fell because of Winston, and we are now making timber from it to repair a number of homes that have been partially damaged by the cyclone.
The villagers in this part of Ra say they are mindful that government has its hands full in the relief works to other parts of the country and have started to rebuild their lives whilst help is being sorted to come their way. Madium Boletamana, FBC News.
Kumbalao District School in Bua, one of the 15 most badly affected schools in Vanua Levu, sustained severe damages, and efforts are now being put into making sure classes start on Monday. Eleanor Turangaiviu visited the school and files this report.
It's classified Category C due to the extensive damage to its infrastructure. And while most schools around the country are open for classes, Kumbalao District School remains closed.
One of the schools under Category C, the classification, which means that they will start the school later due to the nature of the damages, the devastation caused by TC winds.
FBC News visited the school today and we witnessed the bad state of the infrastructure. Classroom walls fallen off, roofs blown away, school stationery scattered everywhere, some dried up and hard from being in the sun for too long, and others still neatly stacked in classrooms. Even the teachers' quarters were not spared.
4 families of teachers, I think 2 couples, but we have given the government station, the assistant DO Kumbalao government station, for them to be built there. And I've told them to remain there until the quarters are repaired.
I'm inside one of the dormitories here at Kumbalao District School in Bua, and making my way inside, clothes were littered along the footpath as well as by the door as I entered the dormitory. And nothing was spared inside this dormitory. Mattresses soaked, even pillows, clothes, suitcases with clothes still packed inside, even mats and their beds.
The RFMF and the engineers are going to come and do some scoping very quickly today on what can we do within the next few days to ensure that the school reopens on the 7th of March. We will try our best and we will make sure that the school at Kumbalao District School will certainly start on the 7th of March.
Established in 1952, Kumbalao District School has a roll of 102 students from the nearby villages and caters for classes 1 to 8. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC News.
4 men with family links to Fiji are on board the Australian naval vessel HMAS Canberra, helping in relief operations after tropical cyclone Winston. Having heard of the damage caused after the cyclone passed through, the sailors were eager to help rebuild the livelihoods of locals. Kelly Vidala has the details.
Australia, we can go.
Leading seaman Tevita Vula hails from Savu Savu and has been part of the HMAS Canberra crew for 2 years. Vula says as Fijians, he and his fellow sailors are glad to be home and lending a helping hand.
Prayers are going out to everyone. We're happy that as a ship from Australia we can go across and help everyone. As being Fijians, we're sort of high-fiving each other when we heard the news that we get to go over to Fiji and help everyone.
They will be part of Australian naval personnel deployed to parts of the Lomai Viti group to provide humanitarian aid and to help rebuild homes and schools in worst affected areas.
We're really looking forward to getting into Coral Island and helping the people of Coral Island and anyone else that we can help over the next few weeks. We're really happy that as Fijians we can go, and Australians we can come over and help everybody from the villages, especially those hardest hit.
Other HMAS Canberra crew with Fiji links include Private Apatia Matalau, able seaman Apate Turuva and diver Peter Taylor. HMAS Canberra is carrying 60 tons of relief supplies. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
On to other news. Public submissions are now being heard before the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Justice, Law and Human Rights on a proposed Fiji interchange network payments bill. In support of the bill, Governor of the Reserve Bank, Barry Whiteside, says the interchange would mean more convenience for people and for new banks looking to set up shop. Maggie Boyle reports.
Levelling the playing field for financial institutions, the Reserve Bank is supporting a Fiji interchange network payments bill. Last year, there were 22 million payment transactions across banks with an estimated value of more than $3 billion. According to the Reserve Bank Governor Barry Whiteside, the proposed legislation is good business.
There's bilateral links between banks, but not all banks have those links. So some of the customers with debit cards aren't able to use their cards in certain banks in terms of taking out money or making payments. So the interchange or the national switch will make that happen. It'll make any card usable on any machine that the banks have.
Committee Chair Ashnil Sudhakar says it's important to get a better understanding of how this bill will affect consumers.
Like if you in Koromota level, anywhere you don't have the Bread Bank ATM, you can use your ANZ card. You can read your Bread Bank card in the ANZ machine at the minimal charge. You don't have to pay anything extra. This is the intention of the legislation.
The committee will this week and next be open to public submissions before finalising their report for Parliament next month. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The Assistant Minister for Health and Medical Services, Honourable Veena Bhatnagar, received a project vehicle donated by the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, in Suva yesterday. Bhatnagar says the vehicle will assist the ministry in tackling non-communicable diseases, or NCDs, which has contributed to thousands of deaths every year. The vehicle will be used for the work of the NCD project in collaboration with the ministry and JICA.
Goodwill could not have come at a better time. As we all know that our beloved country has just gone through one of the most trying and difficult times as we face the aftermath of tropical cyclone Winston. And this generous gift, whilst it is meant to be a project vehicle, it will assist us in having better accessibility to our communities.
Bhatnagar says the ministry is working towards quality, preventative and rehabilitative services through a caring, sustainable healthcare system. Well, coming up in sports, Fiji records mixed results on day one of Las Vegas Sevens. And Red Rock Sevens plans for new season. We'll have this and more after the break.
मैं हूं रेहान खान कुरबो तालेबू के जैसे फेस्टिवल ए ग्रेड है कुरबो में उसी तरह मिर्ची एफएम नंबर 1 है कुरबो में
एलिन लटका में मिर्ची एफएम को लॉक कर दिया जाए मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
हम नकाशी से साइमान है हमारा फेस्टिवल जैसे नंबर 1 है वैसे मिर्ची एफएम नंबर 1 है
माय नेम इज दिनेश हम नैंडी में काम करता है स्लीपिंग जायंट जिपलाइन में और मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट आई लाइक इट
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
Welcome to FBC Sports. Now, as mentioned earlier, the Vodafone Fiji Sevens side had to face defeat in pool stages of the World Sevens Series for the first time since 2014 as Samoa shocked the Ben Ryan coach side 28-24 at the Las Vegas tournament. And here are the match highlights.
Tough on head-high tackles and the big Samoans run it up forward. Here is Katonimbao and there's the first try of the game. Please. From Wellington, New Zealand. The players brought in were all from New Zealand, and here's Captain Sele. Chased by Jerry Tuwai. Out further through Rawatha, and Rawatha has lost it, picked up, and the try goes to Katonimbao. Oh, 3v1 out to the left, and it's a try for a run in here for Mualoi. what about the pass by the captain? This is crazy rugby. It's beautiful Olympic sevens rugby, and they're going to go coast to coast and get it. Doing at the moment off the bench in this game. Silly. They've lost it. Here's a critical moment in the game. Samoa might pluck this one out of the fire. And the try scorer will be Sevelio Robati.
Now the Fijians bounced back strongly to thrash France 42-12 in their second pool match. And here are the highlights for that match.
Around about 20 shy. Going too high. And now the big bopper. They're dicing, they're having some fun. He has been front and centre and has loved them to do so. Oh, they are opening up. This time it is. Tapping and going is the muscle man. Goes to Ravovo. Ravovo gets on the inside of one man and then puts the defenders in the rear view mirror. Basketball pass goes to the hot stepping Nasila.
Fiji now needs a win against Argentina in their last pool match to qualify to the Cup quarterfinals. Fiji will play Argentina at 8:38 a.m. tomorrow. And remember, you can watch the entire tournament live on Fbctv. Well, in a near upset at the tournament, England was held to a 19-all draw by Japan. Japan had a 14-point lead with 2 minutes to go, but could not hold on for their maiden victory over the Englishmen. And here are the highlights.
And Burgess. Good things happen for England when Burgess comes back. Fill it up. Burgess trying to make the tackle. Goya again. Got a man outside. Can he get it to him? He does. And to the corner. Well done by Kameli Sojima. The try for Japan. Dunkiri, just a shove pass, and it's going to work as Hikosaka gets across and gets it down. Yeah. And Sojima, can he get free? Off to Toyoshima, and Lameki. Lamano Lameki. Rory McConaughey cuts through, and then Jack Wilson. Jack. England's got another chance. Burgess has gotten Burgess. Gonna be a race to the border. Phil Burgess. I got my ticket. I'm down.
And once again, Fiji will play against Argentina at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, and you can watch the tournament live on Fbctv. Well, the Red Rock 7 side held a pre-season tournament in Lami today to give a chance to all its upcoming players to prove themselves. More than 60 players turned up for the tournament, which impressed organisers. Rohit Deo has more.
With the hype of Las Vegas 7 surrounding Fiji, players of Gawea village in Lami took time out to showcase their own talent. That turned out pleasing the Red Rock head coach, who is hopeful of picking out new players at the end of the day.
This is just like a training program for us, because there is no 7 side around Suva, so that's why we are doing this for just to build up into many 7s coming.
Last year wasn't so productive for the Lami-based team, but Lotera Singh says their chances in the new year look brighter.
It will be different from many years, because we are trying to be very serious on what we are doing. Secondly, we need our commitment to be very serious too, and our unity to become supposed to be serious in all these areas.
Singh adds that the number of young men playing 7s rugby in the village has been increasing steadily over the years. Red Rock is hopeful that with tournaments like this, they will be able to select the best players and come back to winning ways that it's known for. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Telecom Fiji Warriors coach Senirusi Seruvakula has named the team that will represent Fiji at the World Rugby Pacific Challenge, which kicks off in Suva next week. The team has been in camp for the past few weeks, and Seruvakula says that he is happy with their progress so far. 4 countries will compete in the World Rugby Pacific Challenge at the ANZ Stadium in Suva.
Yeah, these guys, the guys who play in the World Cup, they all come through the pathway from the under-20s and the Warriors. And these is the guys there to replace them, they're next in line. So it's going to be not just for the PRC for these guys, the guys who's going to put their hands up and have a good competition in the PRC, they're going to be selected for the coming PNC.
The first day of the tournament sees Japan A up against Tonga A at 3:30 p.m, while the Fiji Warriors meet Samoa A at 6 p.m. next Tuesday. You can catch the live commentaries of all of Fiji Warriors games on Bula FM. 5 clubs in the Central Division took part in the Fiji Outrigger Association opening season sprints in Suva today. The participants competed in V1 and V6 races, and competition was categorized in the under-16, under-19 and open grades. The format for this year is based on the World Sprints competition format to build the capacity of Fijian paddlers. And as part of the day-long event, the Fijian ocean voyaging canoe Utoniyalo was moored in the breakwater at the National Sailing Centre. Well, some showers were experienced over most places today. And it was a warm day around Fiji, with most centres hitting the 30s. Ba was a high of 33 degrees Celsius this afternoon. The low for today, 29 in Savu-Savu. Now your forecast for tomorrow: cloudy periods with afternoon showers over most of the group. And the outlook for Monday: brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. It should be fine apart from afternoon or evening showers elsewhere. Recapping the main stories: Minister for Disaster Management, Inia Seriratu, has launched a national appeal for TC Winston. The European Union says it will separately fund assistance for farmers affected by the cyclone. And Education Ministry wants to coordinate with donors handing out books and other stationery to schools and students. Now you've been watching FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. Good night.